Hey everybody, thanks for joining me again on Cooking with Kim. Today's episode, number 3, we're going to talk about a few of my favorite kitchen things. So these are things that obviously you would use in the kitchen. The first one, and first and foremost, my absolute most favorite, was hand-me-down from my mother. And I'm sure if I ever have any kids or my brother has kids, they're going to get it too. Is the Betty Crocker Cookbook. And I'm sure that you guys have seen this in the local bookstores and everything. It's everywhere. It's classic, as well it should be. It's got a lot of great information in it, and I think it's great for beginners as well as quite advanced. So it's even got color pictures in it, so to help you kind of step by step. I learned to make pastry dough with it for pies and whatnot, and it really does bring it through step by step and explain everything to you very easily. So this is something I highly recommend, and it's really not that expensive, and it should come with all the inserts and everything. It's actually a 3-ring binder. And I know back in the 70s when my mom originally got this book, you actually had to order the different pieces to it. I think now it just comes with the whole thing put together. So it's a great item to have for your kitchen. Another thing I very much enjoy is cast iron. I love cast iron. You can do anything to cast iron, and you're not going to hurt it unless you threw it across the room and it just happened to break. But this actually is another hand-me-down from my mother. I think she's had this skillet as long as I can remember, and now I have it. It's super easy to take care of. All you do is don't use soap. Don't put it in your dishwasher. Just take a scouring pad and scour it out. And there you go. This is not vegetarian. This is not kosher. This has had all kinds of different food in it. But just rinse it out with water and a scouring pad. And don't forget to oil it. Again, you see how shiny it is? Don't forget to oil it when you're done cleaning it. Otherwise, you have the possibility of rusting. And the way you do need to season them. And this one has been seasoned over time. So what I do is I just keep cooking in it. Don't use soap. Once you use soap, it takes out all the seasoning, and you need to start from scratch pretty much. So I would really stay away from soap. It's so easy to take care of. You can put it in the oven. You can put it on the stove top. Probably not in the microwave, though. I might avoid that. But, I mean, I just broiled something with this the other night, and it was perfect. And it was so easy to clean. It didn't even stick. So this is awesome. And I highly recommend cast iron. I have a cast iron Dutch oven. Lodge is okay. I know the brands that my mother had, they're kind of expensive, but with cast iron, it's really an investment. It's something that you could have forever if you take care of it. So, $20-$30 for a small skillet, really, that's a good investment, I think. So another thing I love is my safety can opener. I have here, remember. And this is by Kuhn Rikon. This was a gift for me from my fiance. If you've watched my other videos, you've seen me use it. I love it. So it actually has the directions on how to use it right there on the handle. It's pretty difficult for you to see on the video. You can kind of see the type there, but it's got 2 pictures and an explanation of quick instructions. And basically what you do is it's got a little arrow here, and you align that with the line of your can, the can lid, and you just clip it on, and then you turn this, and it goes around the can, and then as soon as you lose tension, then you'll know that you've gone all the way around the can. And then you can use the nifty little beak on here, right there, and it's just, if you open up the handle, it opens the beak. You close the handle, it closes the beak. You use that to grab the can lid, and then you can do whatever you want with it. So you don't have to touch the can lid. And it doesn't really matter if you did touch the can lid, because what it does is it actually cuts the seal rather than the metal. Though I have noticed sometimes if a can is dented or slightly malformed, then it can sometimes catch the metal. So you still need to be aware. And that's what the beak is for, is definitely use that beak so you don't even have to worry about it. And just when you're ready to chuck it in the trash or whatever, let go and it'll drop right in the trash. So no worries there. So that's one of my favorite things. It's a little pricey for a can opener, but if you're someone who has small children or somebody else in your home that likes to help you cook or needs to open their own cans and you're kind of a little weary about them and sharp objects, this would be awesome. And there's lots of other safety can openers out there that don't cost nearly as much, but I really like the quality of this one. I've had it for a number of years, and I swear it still works like it's brand new. Okay, another thing I like. I actually got this on Amazon.com. It was a gift. This is a bread knife by Pure Komachi 2. I think I'm saying that correctly. I could be wrong. I've got a couple other things from them. I really like this knife. It is really, really sharp. So if you do get this knife, and it really was not expensive. It really was not. I think it was $8 or $10 maybe. But it's really primarily for cutting bread. So if you like to make bread, which I did for quite some time, it's awesome for cutting bread. But you need to be very careful. It is very, very sharp. Another one I have by Pure Komachi they're all color coded. This is just a 8 or 10-inch kitchen knife. It's like a multi-purpose knife. It's not as sharp as the bread knife, so I was expecting it to be the quality of the bread knife, and I noticed that it really isn't. But again, it's an $8 to $10 knife. For what it is, it's great. Again, I got this on Amazon.com, which is a great website. So that's good. Another thing I enjoy, this was a gift, is actually a mortar and pestle. It's a mortar, just a plain old mortar and pestle. And this is really good for, like, if you have spices that you want to grind, larger things of that nature. Like if you have a peppercorns, you're like, well, I don't have a pepper grinder. What do I do? But I do have, oddly enough, I have a mortar and pestle, but no pepper grinder. Bam! Just put your little pepper in there, whatever you want, and grind it up. We had, the other day, I noticed that my powdered garlic was kind of balling up from moisture. Not in this state. I just moved here from another state that was very humid. So it got the moisture and ended up having really hard balls of garlic. So we sifted all the hard balls out and put them in the mortar and pestle and ground them up, and perfect, good to go, just like new. So you could use it for things like peppercorns and whatnot, or as simple as regrinding salt or the powdered garlic, and it worked really surprisingly well. So I really enjoy this. This, like I said, was a gift. This is made out of marble, so I think it's kind of more on the expensive end, but you can get a cheaper mortar and pestle. You can get a wooden mortar and pestle. You could get probably a plastic one if you really wanted to. And they come at very various prices. But a mortar and pestle, I think, is a mortar and pestle. So whether you have a marble one or a wooden one, a big one, a little one, to me, from my experience, they're all the same. Okay, on to my next thing. One of my most favorite things I have is my toaster. And it is not your average toaster. It does a lot of things. So here is my toaster. It's huge. I know. It's my Back to Basics. And what it actually does is it can make an entire breakfast sandwich in one sitting. So you can put your toaster, your bagel, or bread product, whatever you have, in the actual toaster part. And then you can put an egg in here and even your breakfast meats. So if you have like frozen sausage links or a little frozen sausage patty that you'd like to make a breakfast sandwich with, great. So what you do is it steams it. So there's actually a well here that you put your water in. I'm going to lower the thing so you can see it. So there's see this cup here? It has pre-measured lines on it. And so it tells you exactly how much water you need if you want. It does poached eggs or hard-boiled. And it can do 1 poached egg or up to 4 hard-boiled eggs. So it tells you exactly how much water you need for what you're doing. So if you want a soft poached egg, a hard poached egg, a soft boiled egg, a hard boiled egg, medium boiled egg, and the number of eggs as well. So you pour your water in this well, and then it's actually really cute. you can use this. This is what you would use if you want a hard boil. So you see the four little holes, big holes, the four big holes. You can put 1 to 4 eggs in there. You don't need to do anything, just set them in there. And so that's it. So then if you were hard boiling, then you put the little plastic top on top. So it's going to basically steam it. So this is what keeps the heat in and helps cook. And then the other thing you can do is poach. So it actually has this cute little skillet in here. It's adorable. It's a little dirty because I use it. What you want to do is oil it down. You could use butter. I like to use olive oil. It's healthier. I have a gallbladder problem, so I can't use butter anymore. So you just put that in there, put your egg in there, pop the yolk, and you're good to go. And then, like I said, if you want to put a meat or something on top, usually they say in the directions to use like a frozen, ready-to-cook, like breakfast links or those little sausages, whatever. So you just set it on this little like plastic net thing that goes over top, and then you put that on, and you're good to go. Now, if you just wanted an egg, you can totally just do an egg. If you want just toast, you can totally do just toast. Or you can do it all at the same time. There's these little buttons on here, and you just click the selection that you want, and you go. So that is my ultimate like favorite thing. It's silly, but I love it. All right, and now we're getting towards the end, and my very last but also favorite thing, certainly last but not least, is my George Foreman grill. Now, as I said, I have gallbladder problems, so this is also really good to help get the fat off meats and whatnot that I eat. So this one's a smaller one, and it's got the little low, medium, high temperature setting on the top, and you just plug it into the wall. And it will come with a grease catch, and so it's at an angle. I'm not going to open it because it's dirty. I used it last night. I didn't clean it yet, but I'm going to. So you just put the little grease catch under here, and it comes with its own spatula. It's plastic. I recommend that if you do get one of these, always use that spatula because it will scratch off the non-scratch surface on here. And I will open it up for you. So you see all this black is non-scratch surface. I notice if I use any harsh abrasives to clean it, it's gonna it actually removes some of the stuff off the bottom. So you just want to be careful. What I like to do is if I'm cleaning it, I let it heat up, and then I take a paper towel and I soak the paper towel in water, and then I basically just wipe down the grime off of the grill as it's hot, and you'll see it's kind of steam up and basically boils off the leftover ick stuff. It works really well. Just want to make sure that your paper towel is very wet because it is going to get a little burnt depending on how hot the grill is. So you want to make sure you're not going to burn your paper towel and start a fire. Okay. So that's the end of my episode. I hope that you have enjoyed a few of my favorite kitchen things. I hope that you've gotten a lot of information out of it. So definitely take that as you like it. And thanks you so much for watching my video, and hopefully I'll get another one out soon.